Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dan back for, yes indeed, you said it right, I am back for a Game of Thrones video. This is going to be a video talking about Season 1 of Game of Thrones. Now, I just finished watching the episode 4 of this season, so I still have 6 episodes left to go for Season 1 of Game of Thrones. But I wanted to give my thoughts on, some of the parts, and what we'll do is, once I finish up Season 1, we'll do, what we're going to do, we're not going to review every episode, but to catch up faster, we are going to do maybe 2 or 3 parts of talking about each season of Game of Thrones. Season 1 of Game of Thrones, yes, I finally started watching Game of Thrones. I was like, you know what, I better watch this show, because, it's trending everywhere, everywhere I go, I hear about this show. So I definitely needed to check out Game of Thrones. And how do I feel about it after the first 4 episodes? It's a pretty good show, to be honest. It's a pretty good show. It's definitely addicting, and it's definitely it's really, also, a lot of people make it seem like it's so hard to follow. It really isn't. If you look at it, okay, we're going to go into the different groups, we're going to go into some of the characters, and, we'll do that, and talk about the first couple episodes of the season, and then we'll do maybe a part 2 and part 3 for maybe like the middle of the season and the end of the season, because I don't want to review every episode because, these are so old now, but let's just talk about Season 1 of Game of Thrones, at least the first couple episodes from it. Now, first thing I want to mention is that this series has a really awesome, just design. The medieval feel is amazing. It is very exciting, and it's very, just wow. When you watch it, it's amazing. And I do know that Season 7 is playing right now, but I definitely want to catch up before next year for the last season of Game of Thrones, because then next year I can be reviewing it with you guys, and we'll be having fun reviewing it while it's on for its last season. And also, I definitely will continue watching this show. This is not one of those shows where you watch a few episodes and you're like done. No, this is a great show, and I definitely will continue watching Game of Thrones. Definitely will probably pick up the Blu-ray for this as well, because I think I do want to own this in my collection, to be honest. This is a great first season of a show so far, and you can basically say I'm about halfway through. There's 10 episodes. I've watched the first 4, so I'm almost about halfway through watching Season 1 of Game of Thrones, and it's fantastic. So let's start off. We got, first of all, the different groups. We've got the Starks. Ned Stark is the main character, at least in Season 1. We'll have to see if, somebody else is a main character later on. But anyway, he's the main character. We got basically his whole family. We got sons, we got daughters, and we got the bastard son, which is really cool. Jon Snow, basically, the bastard son. But basically, he's not really a Stark. He is, he kind of says it in, the beginning of the, episode 1. It's a really awesome, first kind of family group. You got daughters, bastards, sons, you got Ned, and of course his wife. And then you also have the Lannisters, which is, Jaime Lannister, and you got just, some of the other soldiers, and you got Tyrion Lannister, and then you also have, in the story as well, you have just a lot of different groups. So you got the Starks, you got the Lannisters, and then you also, in the mix of all of this, going around and just everything like that, we also have Daenerys, oh man, what's the guy's name? The one with the, blue tattoos, and, he's this big killer or whatever. Oh man, what's his name? I forget. But basically, he's, in the show, he's kind of, he's a big killer. He's, a raper, and it's something pretty big, to be honest. It is. And honestly, a lot of people really hate the Daenerys. I've heard a lot of people saying they hate the Daenerys, and whatever this dude's name is. I forget this dude's name, but they hate this story arc. A lot of people hate it with her brother and her getting married to this guy who's this big killer or whatever. But you get the sense after a couple episodes that Daenerys does love him, and she actually does like him. And yes, she was forced to marry him, but she kind of does love him a little bit. So you get that sense around episode 3 or 4. That's kind of the sense you get. So yeah, you get that. And then you have the king, which he is, he's the one with the bushy hair. He's great friends with, Ned Stark, who is our main character for Game of Thrones. But I am very excited to see, over the seasons how he is going to evolve as a character, Ned Stark, and some of the others. So, because I know nothing about what happens in the later seasons, so please guys, don't spoil anything for me either, because I really don't want to know anything that happens after, midway season 1. So, yeah, and I know a lot of people probably want to see me catch up so I can talk about the recent episodes. I definitely will catch up. That's why I'm only doing like maybe 2 or 3 parts of, each season to kind of catch up quickly to, season 8 when it comes out, which I'm very excited for. And, I'm definitely excited for it because I know that the show probably just continues to get better and better. Yeah, we get that. We get, also, okay, yeah, so we got the king, and then we also got the queen, but the queen is cheating on the king with, Tyrion, or not Tyrion, Jaime Lannister, right? And, you got the Lannisters, you got Jon Snow. Jon Snow, though, at first he's part of the, the Starks, but then he kind of goes everywhere, and I really like in, like, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th episode, around that time, him with this, other kid named Sam, and he's, training with him, and, he's protecting him almost, because everybody just makes fun of him and all that kind of stuff. And basically, they talk about how he was forced to go there, so, and everybody just makes fun of him and wants to hurt him. So, and Jon Snow eventually becomes very attached to him and doesn't want anybody to do that. So, yeah, that's something. But, dude, the first 4 episodes to review, of course, I'll probably review the other 6 in part 2 of my season 1 reviews. So I'll probably do this, for my season 1 reviews of Game of Thrones, it'll be either split up in 3 parts or 2 parts. So we'll have to see about that. But so far, what I gotta say about this show, it's amazing. The scenery is incredible, and the characters are pretty good. My favorite character, to be honest, to say so far in the show, I'm gonna have to go with Ned Stark, but I also really enjoy the character of Jon Snow. I like his development a lot, and also, I like Tyrion quite a bit. Tyrion's pretty cool. I don't like the brother of Daenerys, so I think he's a jerk. But yeah, he's a big-time jerk, especially in episode 4. He is a jerk. I like, though, kind of, because he keeps pushing, Daenerys around, and I like it because Daenerys just puts him in his place in episode 4. I like that. So, alright, guys. Also, I cannot wait to see some of the dragons. I cannot wait to see some dragons. So far, we haven't seen any, but we've seen some teases of it, so it's a great show. It's really amazing. They put in the character development mixed up with the violence, and it's an amazing fit. It really is. And the medieval, they really make it feel like medieval, which is amazing as well. So make sure to rate all of those comments below. Are you addicted to Game of Thrones? And also, do you recommend the other seasons? Because I'm probably gonna watch it anyway. But do you guys, without spoiling anything, do you guys think that season 2 through 7 would be worth watching? Because I'm not quite done season 1 yet, but I'm very excited to keep going with the show and Game of Thrones. If it keeps going like this, this is going to be a great show. So, alright guys, I might see you guys, probably in a couple days for maybe a part 2 of this, but also The Walking Dead Season 7 Blu-ray came out. but it's going to take a little bit for me to look through the special features and all that, so that'll take a bit, but I will get my review up for that as soon as possible. So alright guys, and also, write in the comments about Game of Thrones, and what's your favorite season. Just please don't spoil anything for in the comments for me past about mid-season 1, that type of thing. So yeah, much appreciated guys. But alright guys, I will see you guys either tomorrow or maybe later on today for another Walking Dead video.